All right, y'all, we are going to work on the distributive property with my friend Dylan, Distributive, over here. So we've met him, we've talked about him. He's going to help us take big problems and break them down into two smaller problems, okay? Then we're going to take those two products, find the sum, and that's going to be our original answer. So we have some pretty big problems here that you wouldn't be able to solve using your multiplication chart alone. Well, some of them you can, most of them you can't. So we're going to break them down. Okay, so on the first page, I broke them down for you and found your two products, and you're going to find the sum. Okay, so for example, I have 15 times 9. Now I took the 15 and I broke it down into 10 and 5. So here's my 10 and my 5. Then I split them into their own problems and I distribute the times 9. You get it times 9, you get it times 9. Okay, so we have 10 times 9, 90. 5 times 9, 45. So your job is to come over here into this answer box and add 90 and 45 and then put your total, okay? You're going to do the same with 5 times 14, 5 times 10, and 5 times 4, and 12 times 8, 10 times 8, and 2 times 8, okay? I like to break down the bigger number. So in this case, the bigger number was first. You can tell because I color-coded. I took the 15 and I turned it into a blue 10 and a green 5, and I kept my times 9, the pink part, the same when I distributed it. But here, look, the 5 is first, but I didn't want to break down the 5. I wanted to break down the 14. So I broke it into 10 and 4, and I just kept the 5 times, and I distributed that. So sometimes it'll be a times blank, and sometimes it'll be a blank times, depending on what number you want to break, okay? Now, technically, you don't have to break the larger factor. You could break the smaller one, but for right now, we're going to practice breaking down the bigger one so that we can get into the rhythm of it, okay? Take a look at the next page. This is slightly different. I have problems similar to the ones on the other page, but this time, you are going to choose the blue number and the green number. You are going to break down the larger factor into two smaller ones. So with my 14, I could choose 10 and 4. I could choose 7 and 7. I always love a good double because then I only have to solve 7 times 10 once and just repeat it. That's my little cheat. But I could do other things too. I could do 12 and 2 if I really like my 12s, and that's not too bad for me. I could do 5 and 9, right? Whatever numbers are kind of friendlier for me to multiply, I'm probably going to choose those. A lot of times I look for things like 10s, 5s, 2s, or doubles, but it's up to you how you want to do it. I distributed the times 10 for you. Sorry, it's a little covered up there, but you get the idea. You will find your two products here and then add them together. Okay, you'll do the same with your 18. I distributed the times 7. And your 13, I distributed the 4 times. Now, come with me, one final journey. We're going to head to this last page. Now, I have your boxes in place for you, but I didn't do any of the work for you. You are going to take your larger number and you are going to break it into two smaller ones, and you are going to distribute. So in this case, it's the 8 times that's going to be distributed. Okay, so your 19 will go here. I know it's on the other side. If that bugs you, you could do your 8 if you want. But your 19 might be 10 and 9 times 8. Or whatever two numbers add up to 19. You have your 16 you're going to break down. You're going to distribute your times 3. And then you're going to distribute your 4 times. And you are going to break down your 15. All right, this is big work, so give yourself a break if it's difficult. Remember, you're making new pathways in your brain and you're doing really cool big hit math. So give yourself a pat on the back for being resilient and let me know if you need any help.